Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to SugarMamma's Fireplay podcast. I am financial planner Canna Campbell. Today's podcast is a little bit different. We're sitting at home. I have Bella, Yasmin, and Claudia, who are all working with me at SugarMamma TV. And we're talking about manifesting March, the annual financial challenge they do, always off the back of Frugal February, of course, where we focus on gratitude, abundance, and manifestation when it comes to achieving our financial goals and dreams. Anyway, this morning, Bella was looking at me weirdly, interested, intrigued, but also a little bit concerned about what manifesting March is really all about. And is it a whole crock of crap, basically? So we started talking about it. I'm like, hang on, we've got to record this conversation because it's too good. So I'm going to introduce you to these three lovely girls. So Bella, hit me up with all of your questions about manifesting March. We can share with everyone what it's really about, and if you want to do manifesting March yourself, or see how Claudia and Yasmin feel about this challenge.
Hey guys, well, I really want to save this month, and I've heard a lot about manifesting. I know about it, but I feel like the people who really do it and really believe it, it seems to work so well for them. So I was wondering, how do I manifest this March?
Okay.
I want to know the steps, what I have to do.
How to make the magic happen.
Yes.
Okay. All right, first of all, there's no point doing manifesting March or any type of manifestation, laws of attraction, gratitude work unless you're open to it. So it's okay to be cynical and concerned and cautious. I think that's smart, but you've got to be open. You've got to go, you know what? Who knows what's going to happen? I've got nothing to lose, so much to gain. This could take me somewhere amazing, open up a new door, a new opportunity in my life. So I'm going to go into this with an open heart and an open mind and see what happens. So unless you're at that stage, there's no point doing it. So the next thing is you go, yep, all right. How do you feel actually about that?
Yeah, no, I get it. I am open about it. I'm an open-minded person. I reckon I can believe that.
Would you like it to work?
I would like it to work.
All right. Okay, that's the attitude I'm looking for here. So the next thing is get a separate bank account. You can use an old bank account. It just has to have no money in it because we're going to start from ground zero. And ideally nickname that bank account, manifesting money or manifesting March money, because any money that you manifest needs to be immediately transferred into that account so we can actually capture it, bless it, and watch it grow. All right. Next thing is to write down your goals behind this. So how much money would you like to manifest for the month of March?
I think I want to manifest $2,000.
$2,000. Okay.
Yes.
All right, great. Do you really believe in yourself? Because you have to believe to receive.
I think I can do it. I really want to.
Okay.
I really need to as well.
I sound like a preacher. They're singing Kumbaya. All right. Now, tell me what you want to do with that $2,000. The reason why I'm asking you this is for you to be able to open yourself up to receiving money, you have to have a clear path of direction and intention. And that's ideally to serve your higher self.
So I live out of home. I pay rent. I've got my groceries. I've got all these things I need to pay for. But then I've also got car registration coming up. That's mainly what I need to pay for, and that's a big lump sum. And I've been spending a lot over the summer, so my savings have been decreasing. So I just want to get to a comfortable place where I can pay that lump sum without being stressed and have to live paycheck to paycheck. So I'm kind of trying to, pay all my bills and then also get this extra money this month so that I'll be comfortable to pay next month for my car registration.
So
that's my goal.
Okay, your goal is $2,000 for the month of March. Your purpose, your intention for this money is for your car registration. How is it going to achieve that, make you feel? Why is that important? You've already sort of said it's going to make you feel less stressed and anxious knowing that you've got that money. So can you give me some more words or articulate that feeling of why this is so important to you?
I think having a car is a big responsibility, and I'm just taking it over from my parents. I'm buying it off them over a gradual period. So I think this is kind of a big step, paying for all the registration myself and paying to get the car fixed. And I think it's just I need to learn more about doing all these things by myself and like paying these things.
Okay.
And I think, obviously it's so easy to have a car, drive myself around, especially in this weather. I need it. So, yeah, like I want to be able to do that.
So I think what you're trying to say is for your why is it's going to make you feel responsible and in control. Yeah. It's going to give you peace of mind knowing that that money is sitting in that savings account ready for when that car registration notice comes in the mail. Yeah. It's going to make you feel on top of your finance. It's going to get it out of the way so you can go on to saving up for other things such as a holiday or saving up for a new course that you want to do or saving up for some sort of new outfit or whatever your heart desires. So does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really important that you can actually articulate your why, like the value that you can articulate and acknowledge the value that of achieving that goal is going to bring in your life.
So it's very much you need to have a goal and an intention with manifesting.
Yeah,
and very clear. I feel like it has to be, and
understand why. Yeah. Because if you don't understand why you want to achieve that goal, you're not truly connected to that goal, and you'll give up, lose interest, get disheartened, and it will just evaporate.
So it's a lot about passion. I feel
100%. It's all about energy is everything. Energy is around us all the time. And this is why I love Manifesting March so much, because it's a high vibration state. Frugal February is great because it recalibrates me, it anchors me, it's a humbling experience, and I learn a new thing every single time. But it's a low vibration state because it's focusing on scarcity. You can only be frugal depending on how much you earn. You can only start deducting and cutting back or cutting out a certain amount of things in your life. But with Manifesting March, it's focusing on abundance, and abundance is unlimited. Energy is unlimited. You can do and create and attract and hustle and build to your heart's content. There's no cap. There's nowhere where you stop and go, okay, I can't do any more. You can keep going. And that's why it's such a high vibration state to be in.
I think it's because you know what can happen.
Well, so much stuff has happened. Like when I was just telling you, when I did Manifesting March the first time round, I had about 5 or 6 months or longer before that, my book deal fell through. This is my first book deal. And when I started Manifesting March for the first time round, I had initially 3 of the biggest publishers in the world fighting over the $1,000 project book. And they were in a bidding war in the end. And it ended up getting down to the top 2 biggest publishers in the world fighting over it. And that was all in March. And 6 months ago or whatever it was, I lost my book deal being told, no, the financial book market is saturated. There's no need for a financial book. And $1,000 project went on to be a bestseller, and it outsells Mindful Money, which is funny because Mindful Money has way more technical information in it. And I've had weird stuff, even 1st of March, I opened up my phone in the morning. There was a message in from this company called Tiny Seconds, and they sell baby clothes. And I gave them a whole pile of baby clothes 3 months ago or 2 months ago. Didn't hear a peep from them. 1st of March, open up, hi, Canna, we've got $210 ready for you. That's the 1st of March. Yeah. I haven't heard from these guys at all. Another thing happened. I had a phone on Gumtree. we're moving house, so I was doing a bit of a declutter, and I found an old iPhone that I'd completely forgotten about. And I put it on Gumtree probably about 6 weeks ago. And I only got people trying to scam me on Gumtree. They were the only people contacting me because they're like, send my phone off to these people. And the PayPal link was a fake link, so be careful. But anyway, last night, someone messaged me and said, I live 20 minutes away from you. Can I come over and buy the phone from you? And I didn't actually think he'd really turn up and gave me cash, $650 cash for an iPhone sitting in my drawer that's been sitting there for 9 months, sitting there. Then this morning, I was walking the dog, the pouring rain. I get a phone call from this guy. He's like, where are you? We're supposed to be having a Zoom call. And I'm thinking in my head, I really don't want this call. Can we just do it over the phone? He's like, no, I need to see you in person. Anyway, sit down and there's 4 people in front of me, and they wanted to talk to me about a business idea, a really cool business idea, and one that I have actually been thinking about and talking about with someone else, but it's just dragging on, and we just need to get this show on the road. So this is what are we, the 3rd of March, and stuff's already happening. And okay, the big thing with this is the moment you come up with an idea you think, oh, hang on, I've got an iPhone in a drawer, I'm going to sell it. Don't go, I'm going to sell it, I will do it. Do it right then and there, because you need to build momentum. So the moment you come up with an idea, capitalize it, go on to the next idea. So I got up to, I think, step 3, which was, your goals and writing down your intentions.
So you have to write it down every day?
Ideally, yes. So this is it's fluid. So if you really want to give this its best shot of working, I recommend you write it down morning and night. So you write down your goal, you write down your intention of where that money's going, and why. What is it going to make you feel by achieving this goal? Why is that goal so important to you?
So that it's in your mind.
Yeah, it's in your mind. It's the forefront of your mind. It's your focus. You're looking for ideas and opportunities. And when the moment something happens and comes your way, you go, oh, that's great. I can use that to achieve that goal. So if I just shouted you a coffee this morning, you might go, well, I didn't buy a coffee. Can I just bought me one? I'll put $5 into that account, and that will go towards my Redra money. So the other thing is, for people who are new to this and a bit skeptical, start small. Don't say, okay, I'm going to be manifesting March for $10 million. Okay, awesome if you want to do that. But can I suggest, if you're skeptical, start small. Say, I want to try and manifest $100 by the end of the week. Like, go short and sharp to see that this really works, and then build up from that.
So 2,000 may be a bit far-fetched for my first time.
No, I don't think so. Only if you think that, though.
Okay,
I believe in
it's
you.
the negative thoughts I need to get rid of.
Yes, and this is the thing, and you start to feel good. Your heart beats faster, like adrenaline, excitement. You've got a spring in your step. And the thing is, there are moments where it's scary and you go, oh, my God, that nothing's happening, but you've got to have faith again. And that's when I recommend, you go back to those goals and write them out again. The other thing is, next step is manifest, imagine, or create what you want to achieve. So sit with yourself, and this can take 2 minutes or 20 minutes, as long as you like. But this is where I recommend you sit there and just sit on the feelings of achieving your goals. So you're almost acting like and letting your body feel the sensation of though you've already achieved that goal. So sit there and imagine there's already $2,000 in that savings account.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Very happy.
Yeah, there you go. It's a nice feeling. It's a nice energy for your body to feel. And what I recommend you do is, I listen to HoloSync, which is a meditation, I wouldn't say music, it's meditational sounds. And I have one on money and success, which I listen to on a regular basis. Whenever I listen to it, something weird happens out of nowhere, like a big business job comes in, or new opportunity arrives. Like, so you can,
and talking.
It sounds actually, and I will find a way of trying to share this, or find a link of where you can buy these sounds. But even if you just jump on YouTube and Google and just type in the search engine money affirmations, and there are all these amazing audio programs you can listen to where someone will be talking to you about money and about the vibration of money and about abundance and the law of attraction. And it's just it's a monotone voice, but you can literally put it on while you're working, and it's quite incredible. And what happens is you start to change your language, because this is very much connected to thoughts, feelings, actions. So it programs you to start talking about yourself in a positive, uplifting, enlightening, empowered way about your situation and your future. And I'm actually going to create a special podcast for people who are interested in this on positive money affirmations, so you can listen to me telling you this for yourself, and you reprogram your inner child and inner self-talk. And it's where you acknowledge the lessons of where you've stuffed up, made mistakes, gotten things wrong. So it's not about sweeping things under the mat. It's about going, okay, I may have got things wrong in the past, but I am learning. I am getting all the benefits from these lessons, and they are, playing out my future already. I'm already feeling and seeing the shifts and the changes happening in my money. I've done my budget. My budget makes me feel really controlled and responsible and on top of my finances. I'm excited about having financial goals to work on every day. I'm excited about sharing with people what I've achieved. I'm excited about the fact I'm now inspiring other people around me. So you're starting to go from this, I'm crap with money, I'm good at earning it, but I'm even better at spending it, or I'm no good with money, or my family were poor, I'm always going to be poor, or I can't earn enough money, or life's too expensive, or this is never going to be affordable or never going to be achievable, to going, I'm working on addressing that. I'm moving, I'm growing, I'm adjusting.
I feel like money's so stressful. Like, it can be such a stressful thing, and it's always like, it's got this negative, like, oh my God, it's always like I'm trying to grind, but I feel like manifesting March is all about like changing it to be positive.
100%. And you don't aggressively chase it. Okay, I am a financial planner, so my job is nuts and bolts, facts and figures, laws, taxes, compound interest, return on investments,
I don't get
franking
any
credits,
of that.
yeah, all that stuff like that. And that is who I am. But I also have this really strong belief around the energy of money, and I can pick up by talking to people through the language they use and their body language about what's going on in their finances. And as a financial planner, and I've been a financial planner for almost 20 years, my wealthiest clients, I see their thoughts, feelings, and actions in their body language and in their language choice, and that's why they are incredibly wealthy. And whenever I come across someone who's like angry at the world, feels like they've got the weight of the world on their shoulder. Nothing's ever good enough. It's always so hard. It's like they've got this energy that repels money. They're not open to the flow of money. And being open to the flow of money isn't necessarily, as I said, finding $100 or winning money. It's actually finding different opportunities to save money, to have the opportunity to earn money. Like even that conversation that I had this morning, there was no money behind it yet, but there's opportunities for my future in that and for the people as well. And it's a flow-on effect. So those people that I spoke to this morning, if we do go into business, and look, we may not, that's okay. There's momentum happening here where the conversations are back on track again. And if it happens, we'll all make money. We're all going to benefit. And when we make money, or you make money, you spend money and it flows into the community. We're able to give more money to charity. We're able to have more time with our family and friends. We're able to live a healthier life. And coming back to that energy, the way I like to think of money is like a butterfly. If you go into a garden and there's butterflies in that garden, you try and chase those butterflies, they're going to fly away from you. But if you go into that garden peacefully, quietly, and with the expectation and the belief that you can sit in that garden and be comfortable and happy and allow those butterflies to come to you, it may take a bit of time, but eventually those butterflies will come and flap around you and may even land on you. And that's the energy of money. You've got to learn to treat it like a precious, delicate thing.
Yeah.
It does lots of great things.
So once I write it down every day and I'm being positive and I'm thinking about it, thinking about it's in my mind, what else can I do?
All right, so
what am I meant to do?
All right, so now we can't money into our lives. So this is where you need to hustle. It's game day. You need to get a piece of paper out and pen and write down as many ideas as possible as to how you can come up with money. So you might go, well, I could do some extra babysitting work on the weekends. I could declutter some things in my wardrobe that I no longer use. I might have some old equipment, such as an old computer or camera or iPhone or sporting equipment. I might do some market research. I'm always posting and sharing on my Instagram stories when and where I do market research. In fact, I'm actually booked for one next week. Like you need to come up with that idea. I can give you a whole pile of ideas to get you started, but like you need to look at your situation and go, you know what, I'm going to do a frugal weekend. And you can use all those habits you've learned from doing Frugal February to apply in manifesting March, but try and always come from an idea of earning more because that's uncapped, whereas being frugal is obviously limited to your budget. So look at ways you can bring in extra money into your life. So it's about hustling and all sorts of weird things. Like, for example, I bought a bracelet in November and it broke. And I looked at it and I was like, I've never bought, this was the first time I bought from this brand. I don't want to buy from them again because I've worn this bracelet 3 times, if that, and the stone's already fallen out. So I went into the shop yesterday and I said, look, I really like this bracelet. I'm really disappointed though. And they've said, I just need to contact head office and I'll get a refund on my bracelet. So that money I'm going to put towards manifesting March account. Now, my goal is $10,000. I know, oh my God, what have I done? But I was going to do 3,000 and then I was just sitting there going,
triple it.
I was like, really? You want to just do 3,000? I think you can do it. This is like kind of like stuff it. Just go for it. And I may fall flat on my face. I totally get it. And I'm prepared to, and I'm not scared of it. But I'm going to give it my best shot because I want to prove to everyone that's listening to this about how powerful this is. If you're open to it, if you're not, skip on to the next podcast because this is not for you. But if you are, start small, start short and sharp. Do $100, do $50, do $2 if you want, and build it up from there. I mean, I'm $650 down. I've got 210 coming into me through Tiny Seconds. I've got market research booked. I'm hopefully going to get this refund sorted for this bracelet. I'm going to declutter my home again. I've got a few things I'm going to put up over the weekend. I'm going to get out there and do it, and I'm not going to stop. And I may not hit $10,000, and that is fine. But I might hit 6,000 or 5,000 or 4,000. That's better than 3,000 because if I only do 3,000, I'll only aim for 3 and I'll stop at that. Whereas this is going to force me to really stretch and see how powerful I am.
Yeah, I think you really embrace like the spirit of manifesting March. Just like really been like, let's just go for it. Like even if you don't fully achieve that goal, getting like even just like half of it or 3/4 of it is still like an amazing achievement.
Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing to lose and so much to gain. And even like this morning, Friday I'm going to take my kids to the movies. I remembered this morning, we've got the vouchers, the New South Wales vouchers expire.
I completely forgot about those.
Yeah, there
Oh my
you go.
God.
They're sitting there
Yeah.
in your
I
app.
saw a play the other week. Using my
there you
vouchers.
go. Did you transfer your savings?
No, I didn't,
See,
but I
if you
will.
don't transfer, they evaporate. And this is the one thing. Each time you get that savings or that extra money, you must stop and show gratitude. What you appreciate appreciates. I know I'm quoting Oprah here. So.
But that's so I guess that's the difference between like just doing it and hustling, but the difference, like, why is it manifesting March? Is it just because every time you do hustle and you make that money, you appreciate it?
Yes, because we're capturing it and quarantining it. And we're putting it in a safe space, which is your savings account, and we're watching it grow. And every time we do that, we send a blessing and say thank you. And then we go on to the next opportunity. So you can actually see the power of this. And it's like a shrine to your finances. Yeah. You're putting it rather than letting it just be spent somewhere else. And this is why my book's called Mindful Money. It's about being mindful and respectful to the flow of money and actually using it to your financial advantage and actually paying homage to your ability to create and manifest abundance in your life.
Yeah. I feel like why not? You know, like why not do it? But actually, I feel like I've heard so many stories of manifesting.
Yeah.
And I just love it for these people. And I'm like, why not just try it?
Why not be a part of it?
And like just listening to all the things, like I feel like I might feel a bit silly, but like that's just what it is. And like just give it a go. And I'm going to give it a go.
Good.
I'm actually excited.
And I have to say, last night when Tom saw the $650 cash in my hand, I was like, "Oh, what's that? Where's the money? Where's it from?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just sold an iPhone." And I said, because I'm doing Manifesting March, Tom. And Tom is the biggest bullshit smeller. Like, his radar for just, like, utter crap is very strong. And I was
my whole family, same.
And I was expecting this barrage of, "Oh, here we go, Kenna, you and your crap, blah, blah, blah." And he just looked at me and smiled and just didn't even, was like water off a duck's back. He didn't even go there. And it's not because he didn't want to, it's because he's like, "Oh, yeah, you're doing that." Like, okay, no problem. And freaky stuff is happening in his life as well, I have to say. Like, and at the end of Manifesting March, I'm going to share a really freaky story that happened to me at the end of January, where I decided to open myself up to what is in store. I have my goals and I'm always working on those, but I decided to make some of my goals and some of my, I guess, my journey for 2022 limitless, and something really freaky happened. So make sure you're subscribed to this podcast, because otherwise I won't tell you. Now, Claudia, do you have anything to share now you listen to this?
I guess I just have one. I mean, just a question out of curiosity, because you know, I know that because my family is pretty like set on like logic and science and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know that my parents would. I'm sorry, they'd said this is total baloney.
Yeah.
So I guess out of like curiosity, what would you say to like those like real skeptics who are like, no, it's just coincidence, it's just luck, there's nothing happening here, you're just like trying to make connections that aren't there? Like, what would you say to people like that?
I don't even go there. Like, so if someone's close to it, that's fine. I respect that. But I'm not going to engage in a conversation where I need to prove and justify, because I'm only going to deplete my own energy sources. That's okay. That's for them. They can watch on the sideline.
Yeah.
They are safe to watch. And look, they may change. And there's a reason why Tom didn't bite at me for my Manifesting March, is because I had the evidence in my hand.
Yeah.
And he's intrigued. And he is so much more open to this, massively. And even, it's funny, this is part of what's happened to part of the story. He's like, he's all about stepping up in life, not sitting in this comfortable zone, which is funny because I'm all about not taking too much financial danger in your life and throwing yourself into heaps of debt and, you know, spending all your money, not having a budget. Like, you do clash in that sense. But, you know, even he's actually starting to have these conversations with me about like stepping up and earning more and thinking outside of a square box and earning different sources of passive income. Like, he's definitely stepping into that manifesting space and abundance space, but he just doesn't realize it. So for people like that, respect that. That's okay, but don't deplete your own energy sources trying to justify, explain. It's not their thing, and it just may not be their thing yet because they're still cynical, and that's fine. They're being cautious. That's for their own protection. But you get on with it. Don't let someone hold you back. And this is why I went from 3,000 as my goal to 10,000. I was like, what am I afraid of? Am I really afraid that I can't do this, or I'm going to intimidate people, scare people by actually hitting 10,000? I was like, well, then that's just pathetic. You know, who am I? What am I doing? What is my real mission? I was like, no, I'm doing it. 10,000. And I am slightly OCD because I have not a problem. I'm obsessed with the number 10. So I was like, all right, it just felt right.
I mean, it's a nice number. It's like even, it's comforting. And I guess because the multiplication is so easy, right? So you have that association when you're a kid, like, yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, so
10's a nice number.
Exactly. So,
Yeah, and I guess just what does manifesting much mean to you? Like, how has it really like affected your life?
huge, because it's made me get out of my comfort zone. It's made me go and chase things. It's made me go and hustle harder. It's made me go and reach out and connect to more people. So I'm already hitting the ground running. I've already emailed someone, said, hey, I've got a really great business idea. This is about working with you and your brand. And they immediately replied back going, oh my goodness, can you send me through an email with all your ideas? I'd love to hear. So it's about, thinking outside of the square and hustling up some business and connecting with businesses, connecting with people, coming up with ideas, having conversations, brainstorming. And I will brainstorm, and I have brainstormed, but people are going to give me ideas along the way by talking to them about it. And you can only really connect with people who are open to this, so that for it to really work. So have a bubble of protection if you're doing this. Yasmin, you're sitting there. Do you have any questions?
I guess like I'm thinking like I'm very inspired right now to like start this journey, but like I feel like it's hard to reconcile what I do with, because like money isn't really a priority in like my area of study and like career, because you know in the arts you kind of have to like give up on a lot of dreams of like big money kind of thing. So
That's not true. Who told you that?
I mean, everyone.
No. Like that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
It's only going to be like that if you tell yourself that.
Yeah.
You can be a creative person that is commercially successful.
Mm.
Even think about it, like every single business idea was born out of an idea, like a form of creativity. So if that is the case, a shoe that you might buy, that was born out of someone creating that shoe and designing that shoe. Does that mean that they're not worthy of making money? So you are the creator of your own destiny. You can create your own business. You can create your own level of service, your own value offering, and you are completely entitled to charge and charge big money. And I throw money at creative people. When I say throw money, I invest in creative people all the time. We need creative people because they're the ones that stand out, that help people go into shops, jump on websites, make homes look beautiful, make people feel inspired, make people look more professional. You don't ever think that.
Can I say one of the goals I just thought of?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, tonight I'm going to go home, I'm going to write the goal, and I'm going to write a list of things. And one of the things that popped in my head just now was, so I have all these pastel drawings that I did for a uni subject last year, and they're just sitting at my parents' house right now. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go get them framed and I'm going to sell them.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think that's
smart.
going to be my first manifesting March hustle.
Yep, I love that.
Because they're just sitting at home, and like my parents want to keep a few, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like I'm just going to sell the rest.
See, there you go. And this is all from having a conversation in a safe bubble where we are leaning into a certain degree. I'm obviously right in there in the pan, like simmering away. But you know, this conversation of what you can do, and the $1,000 project, that's all been from getting myself out there and trying things and taking on extra work and hustling. And of course, like there is when you combine these two sources of open mindset, respectful flow of money, gratitude, you know, law of attraction, manifestation, with the hardcore facts and figures and magic of compounding interest, that's when serious stuff happens. It's, it is quite incredible. And maybe through people listening to this podcast, we'll have some incredible stories to then maybe come onto the podcast and share. Maybe you'll have with your art, you never know what might happen. And Yasmin, you might decide, actually, you know what, I can earn money. And I'm going to tell you can't. Like, you cannot just tell yourself I'm creative, I'm going to be poor. That kind of romantic story of like sitting at a typewriter with a candle for electricity or light in like old clothes that are torn, like threadbare and an empty tummy because you can't afford dinner. That is a lot of crap. If you tell yourself that's going to happen, but I'm telling you it doesn't need to be that way. All right, enough chatter from me. We will all get back to work. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and thank you, Yasmin, Claudia, and, of course, Bella, support jumping on this podcast this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
And anyone who's doing Manifesting March, like, share with me your stories. I'd love to hear from you. I want to hear your magic. And if you do get through Manifesting March and something incredible happens, I want to interview you. I want to spread the energy and magic of this with everyone else. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your week. Please make sure you're subscribed to the podcast SugarMamma's Fireplay, and I will see you next Monday.